So hi everybody, how we doing out there tonight? I hope we're doing fine, and I want to thank the people that was sending me comments wanting to know how I was doing. My daughter came and visited for over a week, and I was really busy before she came, and I've been busy ever since she left because I had to take my car into the garage. I just been really busy, and I kind of was enjoying just taking a break from politics a little bit. I mean, I don't really take a break. I mean, only listening to 3 hours a day instead of 8 hours a day like I usually do. But not when she was here. I couldn't even, whatever. I didn't bore her with my politics. But I don't have too much to say. I was going to mention the fact that how the Republicans are just pushing drag. And I did get some information this week that even Ronald Reagan was a master of ceremonies over a big drag show for the military in the 60s. This is something that's gone on since the beginning of time. This is nothing new. It's just something that the Republican, one of their key words like woke or drag or trance or whatever they want to use, so they can point a finger and have us not be looking at what they're doing, which is robbing everybody blind and trying to take down our government. So that's what's going on there, but I did think I did feel like I needed to mention that since I'd seen the paperwork on it, seen him hosting that show. And of course it was for the military. There's nothing wrong with hosting the military, but remember I told you that the first drag shows I ever seen in my adult life was at the military bases. So I'm going to read on Mike Pence and see what went on. Well, no, I'm starting with Mark Meadows, excuse me. I'll read on Mike Pence next. But will Mark Meadows split? Because he's the only one, as far as I know, they haven't got a testimony from him yet, but he may be in there tomorrow because Jack Smith has got a real closed mouth about this. If it gets out, it'll get out because somebody's seen him go in or out or whatever. They'll just say how long he testified or that he came in. They won't give out any information. But, in fact, I already had these cards done, and they were drawn out good, and I didn't want to go back. I already had them half done. I found out I didn't have my microphone on because I didn't have it plugged in. I plugged it in twice thinking it was a microphone, and it wasn't even the microphone. It was the charger because they're both the same color. I wasn't paying any attention until I looked down and seen the light wasn't on. So I hope everybody can hear me, and I hope this is working. And I just want to say thank you to anybody that's watching, and thank you if you're still watching. If you'd like a personal reading, it's lentarotreadings@gmail.com. And in case you've sent donations in the past, I'm not asking for donations, but on my About page, that's changed too, because now I have a Zelle instead of a PayPal. My PayPal is closed down, so don't send any money to it. I had one open for a while, but I couldn't even figure out how to work it good, so I switched to Zelle. So anyway, that way I can keep it, it's all right there. It's not hard to keep track of. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and if you've been watching my channel for all these years, I want to thank you for all the beautiful comments you've made. And let's see what, like I said, I already had these cards going. I already had about 4 of them drawn out when I looked up and seen the light wasn't on, and then when I got to troubleshooting, it's because the mic wasn't plugged in. But anyway, I started out when I was drawing on Mike Pompeo to see if he was going to squeal. See, last time he went in, he just took the fifth on everything. But this time he's going to talk. This is a town crier, and that's the clarifier. He's worrying what he can say and what he can't say to keep the Republicans from almost threatening his life. But he knows he's got to, if he wants to end up not having jail or something on him, that he's going to have to talk. And he's got a lot of things to add to it. This is the foundation. This is the answer. I'd say this is definitely a yes. He is going to talk. This is the yes card. And he's got a lot abundance of internet of information that could really even help the people in this United States. So that's good. Then we got the reason he's talking, the energy around it, is he doesn't want to go up the river. He does not want to go to jail. So that's what's going on there. He's also, one of the things he's worried about talking is he feels like his life might even be in danger if he does. Because he's kind of afraid of all this bad energy that they've raised up around these, all these crazy people with the guns. So he's kind of worried if he's going to be in danger physically when he talks, but he almost to the point where he'd rather do that than end up being in jail. Then he would be physically always in danger. He's thought about this long and hard, and he's got together everything that he's going to say when he does say what he's going to say and what he's not going to say. But there's a lot here. There's a lot here. A lot coming forward. He's going to give a lot of information. I don't know if he has already or if he's hoping, but this is the 7th house. This is making a deal. Maybe he thinks if he makes a deal and just says everything he knows that might save his ass. I don't know. This is Mike Pompeo we're talking about. But he's definitely talking. He also might help him line him up with where some of the money went. This is like different connections with different people on the money. His biggest fear is there is some secrets that he wants to keep. And he's wondering if he can keep them and still get away with, pull this off where it helps him. He's just thinking about what's going to help him because he's a very selfish individual. We all are in our own way, but he's really selfish. He feels like he already got this rehearsed so much that he's going to pull this off. That he's either going to get a get out of jail free card, or be able to weave this basket where he doesn't get murdered by I shouldn't say that out loud, where he doesn't get his life threatened or worse by the people that back these MAGA people. He thinks he's going to come out of this, but no matter what he does, no matter how this turns out from him, if he don't even go to jail or whatever, he's going to have to, he will never be in politics again. This is him, even if he pulls it off and gets out of there without getting hurt by anybody or without going to jail, he's still going to have to walk away from politics. He'll never be in politics again. So that's what's going on with Mark Meadows. This is him, the town crier, him trying to wonder if he can weave that basket where he's not in too much trouble with the Republican Party. This is why the energy, because he is going to talk, and the energy around this is because he don't want to go to jail. He's worried about some violence that could come toward him because of this. And he's worked really hard to figure out what he's going to say because he's known for a long time now that sooner or later this was coming. This is the deal he's either made or hopes he's still making with the DOJ. This is showing where some of the money trails are. This is wondering what he can keep back and not say that might even get him and some other people in worse trouble. I don't know if he's going to, and he's thinking maybe he can pull that off, but it looks like he don't pull anything good enough off to stay in politics. This is him leaving politics. So anyway, that's Mark Meadows. I don't care a whole lot for him. I don't care a whole lot for most of these guys, but some are worse than others, and I think he's pretty bad. He just thought he could get away with anything that he decided to get away with, whether they were inciting a riot that killed policemen or no matter what they were doing. They just thought they were untouchable. So, and the next one I'm going to read on is Mike Pence. He's already been in to testify. And for 7.5 hours, he was testifying. So he had a lot to say. I don't think he just stayed in there and took the fifth for 7.5 hours. I think he maybe feels like a unconstipated man, because that's what he's looked like for the last, ever since they tried to hang him. He never looked too good, but he's had all this stuff that he was afraid to say and didn't want to say, and now he can always say that he was forced to say it. So let's see, did he what went on when he was testifying? Let's see if he took the fifth or if he just started talking. And you know, history is his story, so no matter what he said, it would be his story. But still, if he was telling under oath and telling what he felt like was the truth, there was probably a bunch of stuff that came out of there. So let's see what Mike Pence was doing. Mike Pence. Pence, what are you up to, you little booger bear? Well, he's feeling stronger right now, because this is going into his energy right now, and this is a few days since he went in to testify. His wife is proud of him, or maybe it's his feminine strength, but he feels stronger than he's felt in years. So I got a feeling he cleansed his soul, if he has a soul. I got a feeling that he might have opened up. Let's see what's over it. Yeah, he was worried about not telling the truth. Look at this. This is the people that questioned him. Maybe Jack Smith, whatever. We got the Queen of Pentacles down below. This is somebody important to him, or either maybe somebody that was in the room. When I first flipped it over, I thought of his wife or something, because she probably even holds the purse strings. Who knows? They've got a weird relationship, but I was thinking maybe he made her happy or something. I don't know. The energy around this Queen of Pentacles, I think this is a woman that knows something about him or knows something on him or something, because the energy around that is the moon. And that's secrets, sometime illusion or delusion. Which it could be his wife, because they kind of got a different type of relationship, I think, than most people. I don't know. We'll come back and check it out. In the sky over this reading is the Nine of Cups. And a lot of times that's Donald Trump. So I don't know if Donald Trump was always on the back of his mind the whole time he was doing this, or if he felt good to finally open up and say, or what's going on here. It could have just made him feel stronger, which it's right over the Strength card, but I don't think so. I think that's something to do with just finally opening up his mouth after 5 years. We're not going to hear from him the whole story of what went on. Whatever he said or didn't say in there, it's going to get spun for a while. But it's also going to, as far as him and the Republican Party, it's over. His political career, I think, is over after this. because Trump is not going to let this go. He's not going to let this go. He's going to totally destroy him, which he would have anyway, but he didn't have a chance in hell of winning the presidency. That's why he was leaving him alone. But anyway, yeah, this is just bad. This is people like arguing, wondering maybe how to use the information that came in, or maybe him telling how all the arguments, all the things he told about it was probably all the disruptions and all. I got a feeling maybe this is about all the meetings behind the scenes, and everybody argued about which way to do this and which way to do that. Because I think he was also trying to confuse people a little bit. So that could have just been him talking from behind the scenes. The energy around this devil energy and around, I think he told what he knew about. I think this is the Capitol when they tried to, the insurrection, and this is the Trump's energy around it. And I think he may have just told him what was going on and about all the fighting behind the scenes. In the back of his mind or somewhere, he knows that this is I don't think he thinks he's going to jail, but this is maybe he'll have to move on out of politics. Because what he's saying might make some of the people happy, but it's not going to make the Republicans that happy, not the diehards. So here we've got him feeling stronger now than he's felt in 4 or 5 years. And maybe it's because he did tell the truth to the investigators. Maybe he just took a lot off his chest. This is what I thought was his wife being kind of happy that he, anyway, he'll always say he was forced to do it, but he felt, they can always say he was forced to do it. This is him not being totally honest. He was still trying to paint some pictures that was a little bit of delusion there. He knows that Trump's probably pissed off, but I don't think he cares. But when the talk gets out about what he said and what he didn't say, we're not going to really know for a while, because it's going to be all 6 of one, half a dozen of the other here. And what he told him about was, I think this is January 6th, Trump's energy behind it, all the fighting with Trump about it. And this is the outcome. That's him having to move on. And which doesn't make the Republican Party worry, because they didn't want him in there anyway. So that's what's going on there with him. But I think he did talk. I think he talked a lot. I don't think he took the fifth from the looks of those cards. So let me mark him out. Figure out how to make the pen work. It's awful funny. There ain't no reason to read on it because I kind of know why, but it's awful funny how quiet the whole news media, the right and the left, what they call the left. There is no left corporate news media. It's all corporations and a bunch of bullshit. Just like CNN, it was never to the left. It's always was to the middle right, and now it's totally right. But anyway, it's really strange how, can you imagine if Barack Obama had been, even if it was a civil trial, on trial for rape for the last 5 days, would we be able to hear anything in the world from the news media but about that trial? We would not hear nothing. There'd be so much bullshit coming through about it that we would not even be able to hear nothing else. Everything else would just go to the bot on page 18 or 20 of everything. Instead of, I think this trial's on page 18 or 20 of everything. So it's amazing how the news media is still trying to manipulate the public. And they're doing a pretty damn good job of it, but I don't think it's going to work. I think this younger generation is going to come in and take care of that. I got the hiccups here. or not the hiccups, but something burping or that was a hiccup is what it was. But I went to sit down and I was so tired that I actually made me a little drink. So I don't want to drink too much of it till I get through reading because I don't like to drink and read cards. Well, here's somebody I hardly ever read on, although a lot of the other readers do, but I haven't read hardly at all on this, on Vladimir Zelensky. I think they're winning this war. I can feel that heavy energy of it coming off my shoulders, and it started 3 or 4, at least 10 days or 3 weeks before that war started. I started feeling that heavy energy coming down, and I was so afraid that they were going to, I just couldn't, I knew they were going to war. I wasn't afraid they were going to war. I knew they were going to war. It was just a matter of when. But anyway, that feels like that energy's lifted a little. So I'm just going to do a 4 across here to see, and use his energy to see if this war is starting to wind down. I heard on the news somewhere that he didn't have the money to pay his bought for army, the one he had was paying to come in and help, or he didn't have ammunition for him or something. So in the past, they started out going in there just creating chaos. I don't know if Russia's trying to offer Zelensky a deal, or if Zelensky's just telling them, well, this is my deal, get out of my country. Because I don't think he's going to give any land. He's just, I don't think there's going to be any deals. But this is somebody trying to make a deal. The challenge trying to balance the money. And I don't know if this is which side that's from. I was thinking that Russia was out of money, but we got a balance of money here. I'm thinking that maybe Zelensky's already making deals with some other countries to come in and rebuild. I think that he's already got plans for winning this war. I think it's coming through. God, let's cross our fingers. We got this Knight of Pentacles. This is a slow-moving knight. So this could be why there's a little lull in this now and Russia's retreating. Maybe it's because the money's coming in so slow. I'm going to draw a clarifier over that. Well, I was reading on Zelensky, and I got the power card. So whoever's offering who what and how this money's getting balanced, it's going to work out all right because Ukraine's going to win this war. This was Russia coming in. This is them thinking they'd just go in there and take everything, and then when they didn't, trying to make an offer that was turned down. The challenge was just trying to balance and keep their head above water. But they do have a steady flow of money, even though it's not a whole lot, but it's slow and steady that comes into Ukraine. And this is Zelensky just getting stronger. Ukraine's going to win this war. Let's see. I'm going to draw one more just in case it might be something to do with time. Well, I got the Lovers. So there's going to be some kind of deal made, even if the deal is that Putin just has to get everybody out of there. There is a deal coming up. And it looks like maybe I was going to say NAFTA, but not NAFTA. The United Nations is going to broker it. And I think it's going to be like, no, there's no in between here. You just leave. I think Russia just has to leave, but that's the only option they have. But I'm hoping. I was thinking maybe we could get some time on this. It's going to be sad going in and looking at all the damage when they start to rebuild. But anyway, it's not going to be much longer, and and Zelensky's going to win this war, or Ukraine. You wouldn't want people to think he would never say that he was winning it by himself, but they're going to win it, and it's looking good. They're getting strong. They're stronger right now than they've ever been, even though I'm sure that a lot of people in that country don't feel like it. Can you imagine that? But there's times when people need to fight. And here I am, a Libra with all my planets in Libra. I'm not a fighter, not physical, but there is times when there's nothing left to do but fight. Unless you want your kids to grow up in total bondage and slave labor. Well, somebody asked me, why did Lindsey Graham go to Saudi Arabia? I guess he just took a trip to Saudi. Did he have something to take over there to somebody? Did he have money to deliver, paperwork to deliver, maybe some of those secret documents that Trump stole to deliver? I don't know. Let's see what Lindsey Graham's up to. Every time I think he can't go any lower, he does, and he can change his stripes quicker than a chameleon. So let's see what Lindsey Graham's. Why did he go to Saudi Arabia? What did he take over there, and what did he drop off, and what did he pick up? Lindsey Graham. He's a real snake charmer. I had never seen him talk like a human being or be on a show before, and I've seen him on the Daily Show. I don't remember who was hosting. But I think it was a Daily Show. But anyway, somebody was hosting him, and they weren't even... It was whatever. Anyway, I can see how he's kept his seat for as many years as he has. Anyway, Lindsey Graham, what are you up to? What'd you take to Saudi Arabia? What's going on? Oh, this is like a message from the king, but I damn sure don't think it was from Biden, so I bet you it was something to do with Trump. As an emissary, carried something, took something over there to drop off. Republican, definitely. Took something for Trump to drop off. From Trump to, what was it? I think that whatever he took was something that maybe not the Republican Party, but Trump and his cronies had been trying to get over there and figure out how they were going to do it, who was going to take it, whatever, and this is how they figured it out. And it was something totally in the dark, something that our government didn't know about. I don't know what the excuse was to go, but it wasn't what he said. This ends up eventually sticking him way out in the cold. He's going to be in trouble over this. He will be in trouble over that trip. Because this is his seventh house, because this is not going to be a secret. In fact, they already know. Jack Smith or whoever's looking into all this money changing hands and all this kind of crap, They already know what he took and why he went over there. And the energy around that's Donald Trump. So he did take it for Trump. Whatever it was he carried over there, it wasn't what he said he was doing. Whatever was secretly taken. You know, this is silly because I don't think this is what it is to me. But Sterling's always saying that Trump's was one of his plans was to go to Saudi Arabia. Things got hot, so maybe this was some paperwork on that, or some answers, or maybe a deal, or something that he took some kind of deal, wanting to make an offer about something. So it could have been some kind of top secret stuff or something. But I really feel like that we're going to find out what it was. The whole world's going to find out what it was. I got to draw one more clarifier over this after getting the world there. Queen of Swords. I never thought of Lindsey Graham as the Queen of Swords, but it looks like this is the end. This ends him too. So this ends him. Okay, he went over there as an emissary of who he feels like is his king, which is Donald Trump. He took a package, took something, even if it wasn't what he was supposed to take. There was something that went with him. It was the energy around Trump and all his stuff. Something they had worked hard to work out. So I think it was maybe some kind of deal for Trump to end up going to Saudi Arabia if that's what he chooses to do before this is all over, if things get too hot for him. It was shady. It was no good. It was bad business. It was, unlawful. This ends up putting Lindsey Graham out in the cold because this is coming out. Here's all this information coming out. And it was for Trump. And it was some kind of deal he was trying to make with Saudi Arabia about something. I don't know, but we're going to find out what it was because looky here. And this is him going down. Either this is physical or just work-related, but he's definitely going down. I know I've been saying that for a long time, and I'm not just saying it, but when I read cards, it always comes out, but it always seems like the silver-tongued devil can just talk his way out in or out of anything. So we'll see. But it looks like things are not going to be good for him. Whatever he took over there, it was not his smartest move. Maybe it was something for some of those people from the house that are all the house monkeys. I don't know. I hope this thing's taken. I waited so long and I made it so hard just because I get worried about it and if I can do it or whatever. And then it seems so easy. I always think, well, this is too easy. So let me mark out a couple of these that I've done. Well, I'm not going to read on that. I already mentioned it, the Eugene Carroll trial and how they're not. It's funny how nobody mentions that. And then what was on there before on the other page. Oops, excuse me, I'm burping again. I didn't even put a whole shot in that drink. And I've only had 2 swallows out of it, but it seems I'm not used to drinking anymore. Just a little bit of rum and some Coke. Everybody's asked about Fox News. I think Fox News is in trouble, and I don't mean money trouble. I think before all this is over and done, that maybe some of the people that work there or running things or something might be mixed up in a sedition case. So that's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask, is Fox News going to be Are they going into more trouble? I'll just read on Fox News and see what it says, because I've never read on them as a company. I don't think, to see what's going to happen to them, because I figured they'd be there forever. But I have my spidey senses that there's something going on, that they may be in trouble with the government before this is all over. If they really follow this through like they should, I think that they might end up going down. If they do, they'll just set back up again under a different name or something. But I think they might take the corporation down, and maybe some people from Fox News be in jail, just like the rest of them. These people are traitors. They're trying to take down our government. And if this all comes in and it all comes out, I can't see how they're going to get out of this shit. I know I have to be careful, because I keep thinking, well, they're never going to be in trouble because there is no law. But if they end up using rule of law and it works for us, you don't get stopped, they're going to be in trouble. So let's just see what Fox News, the future of Fox News. Well, if we're just drawing one card, I'd say it was pretty good. We got the Six of Wands here. It looks like they're going to be back in their full line speed by well, they never quit, but they're going to, that's a December card. But here's the faith and fortune over them. It's changing. They always have been on top and got away with anything they wanted to get, but no, that's changing. That's changing. And that's saying, yes, it's changing. And one thing that's going to change it is there's going to be a money trail. But the money trail was them having so many connections with our government and being able to tell them what to do and when to do it, so they could put their propaganda out right away. But anyway, it looks like they might get cut out of the media. Because there's a lot. This one girl that's suing Tucker, it's hard for me to even say that name. I'd like to say something else. But there's more people. They've got more spies in the camp. There's more people that's going to talk that work there about what went on and what was happening and how much they were trying to, like, I feel like, sabotage the government. And this is for entertainment only. This is Attorney General of the United States coming down on them. I think they are going to get tied up in a lawsuit. And I think some of the executives, even a woman's going to be in trouble there, whoever was running the show when all this was going on. They're thinking if they pull stuff back that they can maybe pull this off and just not be quite so full of lies as they have been. But from what I don't watch it, but I don't think they've changed anything. Yeah, some of the executives or something might even end up in trouble. Like, this is incarcerated. One of the females running one of the cases is going to come after them. So one of the cases they're on, I don't know how they're going to get involved in that. But I don't know if Fox makes them an offer to close down the shop, or if they end up actually going to jail, or they're just threatened to go to jail. Let me pull one more. Whatever happens to them, it's going to be good for us, so maybe they are going to shut them down. But I'll go back here. This is right now. And in the past, they just thought they had carte blanche on anything they wanted to say or do, or how much propaganda they wanted to spill. And this is karma. No, it's changed. It's already changed. The energy's already changed. Somebody from the spy inside the camp is going to tell them there was money changing hands too. And this is like our DOJ, Attorney General's office or something. They're going to start by trying to get rid of all the females at Fox, blaming everything on them, like that Maria Bartoloma and the drunk judge, what's her name, Janine Pirro, and all them people. And thinking that maybe they can candy it over, but it doesn't work because some of those people end up getting indicted and they're worried about going to jail. It looks like they could go to jail. And they've got female. I'm thinking, because of the way these cards are going too, that this means they might get indicted from two different places. It may not just, it may be from one of these, there may be stuff coming out in one of these other cases too against them. But anyway, they think, oh, well, I can buy my way out of this or deal my way out of this. But whatever happens, it makes the common people happy. And when I say common people, I mean people that are always trying to do some, or weighing cause and effect and paying attention to what's going on in the world. The people that follow politics that are not part of MAGA. So this is regular people, not MAGA. So I'm thinking they'll probably try to dilute every. Yeah, I thought cut it and draw one more. I'm thinking they're going down. This is a total shutdown. This is you don't come back from this. So I'm thinking maybe somebody is going to jail. Maybe for I don't know what they call it. When I was growing up, they'd have called them traitors. I watched them kill some, was it the Rosenbaums or whatever? Because they said they let out a nuclear secret. Now Trump just gives them out to people that come to his parties. But anyway, who knows? Who knows, people? I hope you enjoyed this. I was going to read on Boris Epstein, but I'm tired. And I want to thank you for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope I can put it up when I edit it, because it seems like it's pretty boring. But we'll see. And anyway, I want to thank all of you. Well, it's only been 44 minutes, and I usually do an hour. They're even throwing Mike Pompeo's name out there for vice president. I'd rather it be him than Tucker. And I still haven't got over the chills from that. I think he did plan on running for president, but I didn't think he planned on running this time. I figured he planned on running next time. But we'll see. But anyway, let's do Mike Pompeo. I don't know if he's testified or not. I don't even know if they called him in or not. But I always thought he was right in the middle of this. That's why when they keep floating him as a vice presidential candidate or running for president, I thought, how in the hell is he going to do this? Isn't he in trouble like all the rest of them? So let's find out. Maybe we can get some information on him. Mike Pompeo. So what are you up to? God, he is. I don't like him. He's the hardest one that I brought up tonight. Oh. He's bad news, people. Let's hope he just leaves politics if he don't end up in jail. Mike Pompeo, what are you up to? Well, he's worried about going to jail. This is a signifier. And he feels like he's laying some road work, but the law's right on top of him. Look at this. This is right on top of him. They're offering him a deal to stay out of jail. So I don't know if he's testified, but he's talked to somebody. He's wondering if he can go in and bullshit him. But he's got way too much money in some accounts and stuff. He must be in on some of this money that Jack Smith's following from these people lying to people about going to fight the steal and stuff, because there's too much money to keep him out of trouble. He's going to be working hard on this in his near future, just staying out of jail because of Trump. Because they're going to take a really deep look at this money. This is money they're looking at. And this is saying, yes, they know where it's at. They're following it. They found it already. And it's going to be the end of his career. The end of his career. So I don't see him running for president. So this is Mike Pompeo. He's worried about going to jail because he's got the law right on top of him. They've already made him an offer. He's wondering if he can just tell them a little bit and get away with the rest. But they know where the big money is that he's involved with. And no matter how hard he works, it's not hid that well because it's one of Trump's deals. And they're doing a deep dive. And they're going to find, they've got this information already. They already know. And he's going down. So, that was quick. Maybe I'm just now catching up with the energy on this. I don't see anything else to read on that I got written down here. I know I've asked this before, but I'll ask it one more time. Everybody wants to know if there's going to be charges for people in Congress. I think there is. I think there's going to be a lot of charges for people in the House, but let's see. Just in general, some of these 2-year-olds that are up there screaming on the House floor over every day and not making any sense or doing anything that would help our government make some laws, that's what I should have asked, if they're going to get the debt ceiling fixed. I don't even want to read on that. They're going to cause as much chaos as they can for as long as they can, and then I don't know. Since I feel like they're maybe really wanting to take our government down, they might not raise it. Because I know that if the Democrats give in to them, it's all over. And if they don't raise it, everything's over. That could cause the whole world to go into a recession. So it's scarier than hell, but at the same time, they just can't let them do that to them. They cannot let them blackmail them. And that's what they're trying to do. So, well, we'll just ask if they're gonna have a clean debt ceiling, if it's gonna get raised and if it's gonna be clean. Biden says it is, but he said a lot of times that he's batting down on him. Not talking bad about him, but he's really good about putting deals out there and then giving 2/3 of them away before anything's signed, and then saying, "Oh, look what we did." But are they going to have a clean debt ceiling? Is it going to get passed? He's got his hands full. I'm not picking on Biden. He's done, especially for a man my age, he's done pretty damn good. But are they going to get a clean debt ceiling? I don't like this. This says no. I don't think it's going to be a clean debt ceiling. I think they're going to, unless their energy changes, they're going to give up something. Let's see. Because you can't trust them. They're all a bunch of liars. Somebody's trying to blackmail somebody over it. The energy around this blackmail is the end of somebody's career. Or maybe worse, since we're talking about the debt ceiling. Here's all the arguing about it. This is in the sky. Well, this is in the near future, so we're going to be hearing some. If it doesn't end up getting passed, and you know they're not going to pass it in the near future, they're going to wait till the last minute because they're assholes, even if they do pass it. But this is winning energy coming through. We're going to hear something good about it in this month, probably in April. Should have just read on April. The Republicans are trying to run a bad deal on this. This is right next to the Ten of Swords. They're trying to take the whole country down. They're trying to figure out just how far they can push them. Because they're going to try everything they can to show their power. You know how they are. They're a bunch of little spoiled brats. You don't have a clue how government's supposed to work, and they don't want to know. All they want to do is take the United States down. This is what I can't figure out, how they could call them patriots when they've been trying to take the United States down ever since they got control, ever since the Tea Party went in there. They want to take stuff away from the people. This is what everybody's afraid of, that they're going to cut everything that the people need and let them blackmail them. But it looks like there might be some kind of deal struck. This is not usually the greatest deal in the world, so I don't think it's going to be clean. But it does look like the outcome will be there will be a deal struck. Probably giving more money to the rich. This is family inheritance. Kids that are born like Tucker Carlson, whatever. This is, they just want to make it the deal for their big donors. But it looks like there will be some kind of deal struck. I don't feel like it's going to be a clean deal, and I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be a horrible ride to get to it. But yeah, it looks like what's going on, people. I'll be glad by this time next month we'll be saying, well, let's talk about all this good news. There's going to be some good news coming up. There really is going to be some good news coming up. I swear to you. We're overdue. I know I said it, this whole next year was going to be like a roller coaster, up and down. But there's some good news coming. I know there is. What's coming in April? Is there good news coming in April? I'm just going to do a real short. I'm going to come back and try to do a weekly deal for April, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I know I always say that, and then I don't come back for a long time, but I'm going to try to do an April roll here. But for April, coming up here, even though a lot of information came through in the past, we still feel like we're wounded. And are we going to get out of this? Or are we going to really get law and order? In the present, we still got the major frickin' asshole here running his mouth off. They need to put a gag order on him. The challenge is, this is somebody going to jail that didn't expect to go to jail. So there might be another indictment, even though it might not be the one we're looking for, because they say that's not coming until June or August, whatever. Anyway, for a couple of months. But here's somebody being carted off somewhere that didn't plan on being carted off. It might be like a surprise arrest. And this person thinks that they're just got it going. Is this Trump? This is Trump that it's showing in the present. And then it shows like, I don't think they're going to arrest him this quick. They haven't even got these stuff ready, but it looks like somebody's going to jail that didn't expect to go to jail, and he's a fool. A total ass fool. Of course, there's a lot of fools in Washington. Maybe it's some of these people from the House. That's who I was going to read on, the people from the House. Something to do with a lot of money. So there is going to be a surprise arrest, indictment, and maybe they're not even going to turn this person loose. So this is May. The past, the energy is just feeling tied down. Something to do with the Trump organization or something. Somebody's being threatened to go back to jail or taken back to jail, and I don't think that's Weiselberg because he's got his own attorney now. I think he's going to talk. Maybe he talks and they start arresting people. Who in the hell knows? But it's a fool, which could be some of the Trump family, most definitely. And this is for May. And it's something to do with tons of family money. I don't think the Trumps got tons of family money. I didn't think they had any money when they went in there and they spent it quicker and it came through or handed it out to people or whatever in the hell they've done with all this laundered money. But, yeah, it's about money. That's why they're going to jail. Somebody's wheeling and dealing behind their back. Maybe that's Ivanka. Maybe this is Ivanka and her brothers. Some kind of information's coming out in May that's going to surprise a lot of people that think they got everything perfect. Yeah. So, in the present, this is Trump thinking he's sitting pretty. This is him worrying about him or somebody in his family going to jail. And this is saying, yes, that is him. Because that's hard for Trump anymore. It's about a lot of money that was put in the wrong place. Somebody makes a deal to try to stay out of jail. But I don't know if it's going to work because here they are right on top of him. So let's hope that it looks like something could be coming up in May for the Trump family. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. I wasn't trying to put him in there, but that's the only person that could be in that position. That's always him. So, anyway, we'll see. I love y'all, and thank you for watching, and hope y'all stay healthy and happy, and namaste.